Sammy from Guitar.com. We're over at the vintage stand talking to Ben, who is in charge of Jodo guitars. Now, Ben, we've seen these guitars before. We've seen you at a couple of guitar shows in the UK. Now you're in partnership with Vintage, and you've developed these into a more off-the-shelf brand. So tell us more about the partnership and how these guitars have developed.
Yeah, so as you probably know, I make 2 or 3 guitars a year that are hand-built. They're quite expensive, but people would really like my stuff, but I can't afford to make them for everybody. So I met Dennis, who runs JHS, and he saw what I did, loved what I did, and I thought, well, if we combine the two things of the low price point, but I can do all my storytelling through the guitars, then everyone's happy. So that's what we've tried. So 8 models this year. Still doing what I love, which is going into the fine details, telling a story through a guitar as if you kind of know the previous owner of it. And this is what I've come up with. So yeah, let's have a look at 2 or 3, shall we? All right, Sam. Yeah. So the first guitar here that everyone seems to like is the Pancaster, which is the idea it's owned by a punk rock guitarist who by day works in a porno theatre and at night plays in a punk band. He's a very aggressive, destructive player, hence all the damage to the guitar. So the idea for this was to stick 2 guitars together, and that's what I've done. So it comes complete with stickers that come on it, and what I've done is I've added graffiti to the neck. Some appropriate, some not very appropriate. And if I turn it around, I've continued with all the graffiti on the back. And like I say, so the fun is doing all the fine detail work really, and telling a story through the guitar. So that's the Pancaster. So this is the Lucky Bucket, it's a semi-acoustic telly, but what I've done here is little design details again, which I love, and this is kind of based on radio cowboy guitarists of the 1940s, like Gene Autry, that kind of thing, where they had their signatures on the necks, and lots of little kind of nice artwork on there. So yeah, it's a semi-acoustic telly, but with some nice little details, and we've got a maple neck here with some inlay, and on this slightly the black version we've got rosewood with some kind of pearl inlay as well. So very unique guitars. I love them. I love doing all the fine details on these guitars. That's the joy, but also the curse, because each guitar's a rabbit hole. But hey, you've got to keep busy, Sam. You've got to keep busy. So this is they're called the Lucky Betty, and this was inspired by some 1950s black and white footage of an all-female stunt crew that I found online, and they were crashing their car, crashing the jalopies, tying each other to the bonnets and going through rings of fire. And so I just love the idea of using all the graphics on their cars to kind of make a custom guitar for this lady. So this is the Lucky Betty. Lots of detail again. This is what I really, really love doing, making it look really cool. And on the back of here, we've got a kind of a little detail from her husband that I quite like. Too much detail to go into, but it's what I love doing. And then what I've done is also with each guitar, you get 2 pieces of case candy. So, ta-da! This is what we've got down here. So these kind of little details, but they help tell the story of each guitar. So they're kind of fake ticket stubs, fake receipts, everything really, just to kind of help create that world of a guitar and complete the Jodo story.
Yeah, so you're kind of completing the entire story really by supplying all of these things along with the guitar.
Yeah, and I know people love case candy as well. Sometimes the first thing I do when I open a guitar is case, yeah, guitar, but what else is there? So hopefully that gives someone to add some excitement.
So like you said, with the custom models that you make, you only make three a year, three or four a year. So are these more widely available? What's the difference in the output then with these?
These will still be limited runs because we don't want to. I just want to keep them quite restricted but when I do my one-off builds, I only do one and I never repeat it. These will be repeated in a very low number, but then they'll be gone because that's just the way I like it, really. Not very good commercial sense, but I just enjoy that exclusivity of it, really. And then we'll be doing more and more as time comes on. Other things happening, but yeah, this is what we've got so far.
How's the response been so far at the show?
Really good. It's the kids that love them, you know, and so that was the point, to make them at a low price so people can afford to do what I do, because afford to buy what I do because they love them. So it's the Pancaster and the tattoo salty dog that people really like, but something for everyone, Sam.
Great, thanks very much, Ben.
Oh, you're welcome.
You can read more about these great new guitars over on guitar.com.